Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cops, Court, and Community. I'm Darnell Leeson. Now, on this special episode, you know me, I like to do things a little bit different. I plan to show you, if you saw by the thumbnail and the title, check it out, show you what's in my duty bag. You want to find out what's in here? Stick around. Welcome back, guys. I appreciate you sticking around to find out what's inside this wonderful duty bag. Listen, if this is your first time here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button right down below and come join this wonderful and ever-growing community. And listen, if you can, please consider joining the community by clicking that join button and find out what wonderful perks await you by joining my channel as a member. All right. So again, I just wanted to, and I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but I'll just leave it here and go through what's in my duty bag. Now, this is my actual duty bag that I work with when I go to work, put on my uniform, and perform my law enforcement duties for the people of the state of New York. Now, I did weigh the bag. My wife said, hey, put it on the scale and see how much it weighs. And it came out to about 16 and a half pounds. So 16.5 pounds of equipment that I have in here. And we're just gonna go through each of the compartments. So it has a compartment, a little zippered compartment on both sides of the bag. A little pouch right here in the front, a little compartment which they say is, you know, for the radio, but I don't put my radio in there. And it has the compartments on the inside, which is the main compartment. So let's just run through it and let me show you what I have. Now, I'm just gonna empty the bag out, not gonna put anything back. I'm just gonna put it off to the side as I go through it. So in this first compartment, let's just see what we got. All right, so my first thing in this side compartment, you guys remember seeing this. I did a video on how this thing works. This is my Laser Labs Inspector 2 tent meter. Anytime I want to do some tent enforcement, this is my go-to tool. So that's in this compartment here. Of course, can't go to work without any charging cables. So this is what I got here, just in case I'm out with somebody and they say, hey, do you have an extra one? This is not an Apple, this is for the Android. And of course I have my rapid handy dandy Apple charger there. Anything else? Yes, of course, standard power brick. That's in it. So let's just put this stuff back so I don't leave anything out. So that's what's in this side compartment. Moving on to the front, like I said, they have the space for the radio. There's nothing in there, but over here I do have this little rescue tool, which, you know, it has the window punches if I need to break into the window of a car if the person is trapped. And of course, it has the seatbelt cutter on the other end. This is a nice little tool. It's called the Life Hammer. I can't remember exactly, you know, where I got it, but this is a great tool. Thankfully, I've never had to actually use it in the field. So we'll put that little baby back. Moving on to the next compartment, just in case I'm ashy out there. I got a little bottle of lotion, and of course we need some latex gloves You never know what you're going to come into contact with out there on the street. And that's it with that compartment. Not a whole lot there. I know that compartment's not exciting. So let's get into the main compartment, shall we? Again, I know you guys can't see directly into the bag, but I'm gonna just take everything out. Again, I'm not sure how well you're gonna see this. I can't see a preview right now. I have, a pair of shades, has 3 little compartments here. And as I've always said, I've written a lot of summonses. I'm a big writer, so of course I gotta have plenty of pens to write my summonses with. But inside this first compartment in the top, this is my investigation tool for my tools rather for my documents. Now I use this light, shines a little ultraviolet light that just shows me the special security features in your license. And I use this typical like a jeweler's loupe or something like that, but it does have a little light on the back of it for nighttime use. And I use this to look for that special micro printing on certain documents that I come into contact with. So if I suspect that a document is fraudulent, I definitely go to these tools, because this is going to help me determine if those documents are fraudulent or not. And I have taken a couple of fraudulent document classes, and those classes are very good, and they've helped me get a few arrests from people presenting fraudulent documents to me out in the field. So just moving on, gotta have my Lysol to wipe down my equipment when I get inside the patrol car. Some COVID killer, some spray, the disinfectant spray, gotta have that. What else? My typical baseball cap. During the summertime when I don't want to rock that nice little 8-point hat, which I have in here also. Little hat pieces needs to be tightened up a little bit. But when I don't want to rock the 8-point, boom, how I look. If I don't want to rock the 8-point, I'll typically wear the baseball cap. So that's in there. You just never know which one you want to wear. And of course, during the winter time, boom, the nice knit cap, because it gets cold out there in New York sometimes during the winter time. Got that in there. My department issued iPhone, that's in there. And of course my safety, my traffic vest, which you should be wearing anytime you're in an active roadway. People aren't paying attention, and this high visibility yellow or high vis green, whatever you want to call it, is very important to have. Of course, gotta have my search gloves. Never search anybody without any gloves on. You don't want to get poked with any needles or any sharp objects, so gotta have that. This is actually a second pair. These are the heavy duty leather ones. In my duty BDUs, the pants that I wear at work, I have a pair of nylon ones that are in my back pocket. Of course, more latex gloves. You can never have enough of these things with you while you're on duty. A little notepad just in case I need to write down some field notes. And of course my my Narcan overdose kit. Very important to have. These things are not just restricted to first responders. The average citizen can actually go out there and take, a short 4-hour course, I believe it is, might be even less. I took mine a while ago. I believe it was 4 hours. And they give you the kits right then and there. God forbid you come across somebody that's overdosing on anything. You give this to them. They're supposed to snap right out of it. I've never had the opportunity, nor do I ever want to have that opportunity to use this thing. But they said even if they're not overdosing on anything and you use this, no harm is going to come to them. So look into a class to get the Narcan Kit. What else? With that, I have my first aid CPR life-saving mask and my first aid card in here. In case you ever have to do CPR on somebody and you need to perform those rescue breaths, very important to have. Unless, of course, it's your loved one, you know, then I'm not using this on somebody that I know and that I care about, my family member. I'm not doing that. But just a regular John or Jane Doe in the street, best believe I'm using this thing. What else do I have here? I have my ID guide. I know this says 2018. You're not supposed to use this after this book, but yes, it's 2021, but I still use this book. It's still relevant, it's still valid. But inside this book, it has all of the licenses for every single state in the United States, Mexico, Canada, military ID, and some other things in here. It lets me know all of the little security features that I should be looking for. It's a very good guide for me to have. It's really not, you know, law enforcement specific. Anybody can get this book, but I don't see why anybody, you know, outside of law enforcement. Maybe if you work security and you want to make sure documents are valid, this is very good. Or if you work at a bar and you want to make sure, you know, that your bar patrons are giving you valid ID and it's not bogus, yeah, this is good for you guys too. What else? A silly little general guidelines for temporary traffic control. I don't need no book to tell me how to close a roadway. Garbage. But they give it to us, I use it. What else? I have a little book that was provided by New York City TLC, the Taxi and Limousine Commission, for their summonses. They have a whole separate law book for them. So just in case I stop a New York City taxi or an Uber or Lyft or any of those ride service vehicles that are regulated by the TLC, I can go to that book and write a summons from that. A couple of clipboards, you don't need to see that. That's all boring stuff. A little legal pad, nothing specific with that. And this little binder, I just have, you know, locations of courts, advisories in here, common tow truck summonsable offenses. So if I pull over a tow truck and I need to know, hey, what can I write this tow truck for? I got a little cheat sheet for that. For motorcycles here, I can go through this list and see what violations, you know, I can write on a motorcycle. What else? If I'm taking your vehicle, I gotta impound it. There's stuff in there for that. A quick little TLC cheat sheet. These are the most common things for taxi cabs. I can go to that. Gives me the narratives for the summons when it goes for adjudication. The tow company that, you know, takes your car when we impound it. Paperwork for when we confiscate your license plates and all of that. That's what's in there. So I'll put that back. And lastly, my summonses. These are your typical C summonses. They're C summonses. They're criminal summonses. So you'll get these in lieu of an arrest. Typically, you know, you'll get this pink copy if, you know, it's an arrestable offense and we don't want to take you to jail. This right here serves as your arrest in a sense. You have to appear on or before your court date to make arrangements. If you're gonna appear before, obviously you can't make it on your court date, so you want to go before and let the court know I can't make it on this date. But typically you're gonna appear on the date that we provide you. It's called a return date. These are the TLC summonses. They're different from the regular New York State traffic summonses. Those are the B summonses. This is just the B summons in a sense for again, New York City taxis, the Ubers, the Lyfts, again, any vehicle that's regulated by the TLC. These are tab summonses. That's the Transit Adjudication Bureau summonses. These are summonses that we will write you if you're on a New York City bus or on a New York City subway train. So those are those summonses, and pretty much just some random pieces of paper. If I need your information, you can't provide anything here, you're gonna, write your information down, and there's a little thing on the bottom that I read to you that pretty much says that if you lie on this form, you go to jail. And the last thing that I have here is just some cards that go inside our memo books. Shows you different maps of local precincts. If you're in, these actually came from our task force. So if you're working in a particular area, this lets you know where the precincts are, if there's any arrest processing precincts, and the local hospitals in and around that area. And that's pretty much it. The IDTU, the Intoxicated Driver Testing Unit, this lets us know if we have a person that's under the influence of alcohol or drugs, whatever. These are the locations: Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Staten Island, within New York City, where we would take them for testing. And this is all, of course, dependent upon what location that vehicle is stopped. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all that's in this bag. In a later video, I'll go over what equipment I'm carrying on my person, which should be a very good and interesting video for you guys. At least I hope so. But that's it, guys. That's all that's in my duty bag. A lot of this stuff, I have not had to use, thankfully, like, the CPR mask, the Narcan kit. But pretty much everything else in here I'll grab at some point during my tour, depending upon my assignment and how busy I am. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please leave me some comments in the comment section below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please utilize the comment section below. As I said, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. And again, please consider joining as a channel member and check out those perks. They are interesting, and I would hope that you would take advantage of them. All right, guys, that's it for me. I appreciate you guys watching. As I always say, I'll see you in the next video.